This clip is sponsored by Wash and Go, and that can only mean one thing. That's right, I'm surrounded by a sea of green. By now you should know that Wash and Go is the best way to look after your luscious locks. I mean, look at what it's done for mine. Fantastic. But you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at some of the 600 plus unreal reviews on their Amazon page. Linda from the United Kingdom says, well, it smells lush and leaves hair smelling fresh. Fantastic, Linda. Kindle customer JSB says, product arrived as advertised. Always very important. Always important to know that, Kindle customer JSB. And finally, my personal favourite, it's shampoo and it works for me. Absolutely fantastic there from Casey. It is indeed shampoo and also a conditioner. If you want to get your Wash and Go today, then hit the link in the description and get your bottle sent to you today. And remember, it's a shampoo and it works for me. That's racing. We're live for the Formula One. I hope you're all doing very well this Sunday afternoon, a big afternoon of sport. We're going to be doing the Liverpool-Everton derby a little bit later on, but we're starting off this Super Sunday with the Formula One Grand Prix in Italy. It is the Emilia Romagna, or as I call it, Imola. And I think we're in for a very interesting race. The conditions are somewhat wet and overcast, and that can have a big impact on how people race today. And also, we've got the Mercedes right down the back of the track, haven't we? We've got, if I run down the order, we've got Verstappen in 1, Leclerc in 2, Perez 3, Sainz 4. Then you've got Lando Norris and the McLarens of Ricciardo in 5th and 6th. Bottas in the Alfa Romeo in 7. Then Magnussen in the Haas, 8. Alonso, 9, Alpine. Schumacher, 10, Haas. Russell is in 11. Tsunoda in the AlphaTauri is in 12. And Lewis Hamilton is back in P14 on the grid for this race today. So let's go. Cosmin says, let's go Mercedes. I'd like to see Mercedes do well. They are the team. I like Hamilton and I like Russell, but I think it's good. I'm going to go Verstappen today. I fancy Verstappen to win the race today. In fact, we'll get a poll. There's Alonso. He's just looking at the car himself, I think. I don't know what's happened to it there, but he's out. Yeah, Mick Schumacher hit into the side of Alonso. We didn't even see that. Yeah. That's how he's got it. Alonso out of the race. Massive hole in the side. Looks like he's been bitten, like bitten by a shark. He's been bitten by a Schumacher. Mick Schumacher. So Hamilton's closing in on Stroll here. Right hand corner, enjoying the Formula One here. Russell's out in front. No, Russell's not out in front. Verstappen's out in front. Russell in P5. Hamilton still can't get past Stroll. I mean, this is really concerning. Verstappen on the radio. I'm definitely sliding more. I am definitely sliding more. You see, Verstappen always sounds like he needs to clear his throat. Yeah, that's because he's my son. I went on holiday to Holland and I went to Amsterdam about 20 years ago. I agree, Mikhail. I think Hamilton's having a bit of a bad season now. You've got to take it on board. Good observation there. Leclerc has made 7/10 of a second on Perez. It's down to 1.3 seconds behind him now. So, I think if Leclerc... There's the incident in the track, in the pit. So Hamilton comes out. So Ocon just comes out in front of Hamilton, and I think it's... we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Everton are going down. Well, we'll be covering that for you at 4:30. Everton against Liverpool. Watch along on this channel. Oh no, Leclerc! He's alright. He's alright. Oh, there's damage. There's damage. Inexperience there from Leclerc. He's spun. Leclerc is coming in. Norris on the podium. Who called it? Lando on the podium. "20-second pit time." Does that give Russell 4th, Bottas 5th, Leclerc down to 6th, 8th, and Tsunoda's just gone past Vettel? Oh my God. Well, it's interesting here because Leclerc is down to 9th. Magnussen's gone past him as well. And horrible evening, day for Ferrari. They lose Sainz on the opening lap, and Leclerc, who was right up the backside of Perez, bad race for Ferrari. But to be fair, I think the speed he's gone into the barrier, he's actually lucky to still be in the race. Yeah, Jamie, I know your girlfriend's not called Lana Rhodes, so... Ferrari in the minestrone soup, says Ricardo. Lando on the podium. Big shout out to everyone. Eight laps. Leclerc. He might be able to do some damage though, Leclerc. He's only a second behind Magnussen, so he might be able to get up to 8th. Top 10. Verstappen, Perez, Norris, Russell, Bottas, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Vettel, Magnussen and Stroll. Big weekend for Red Bull, and I called it. I said Fury in round 6 last night. I said Verstappen today. And the easiest hat-trick is that Liverpool will beat Everton, which we'll be watching in a little bit as well. But it's a comfortable win for Red Bull, and it opens it up very interestingly for Miami in a couple of weeks' time. Red Bull, big weekend for them. I've enjoyed the race, but to be honest, it's probably the worst race of the season so far. Not because Verstappen won, he's won other races, but I just thought, not a big fan of that track, to be honest. I didn't want to say it at the start of the race because you want it to prove you wrong, but just DRS not really being used for half of the race meant that we didn't get many takeovers. Red Bull having the 1-2 meant that Ferrari couldn't really attack Verstappen. Very easy win. We've seen this for Verstappen before. We've seen it for Hamilton in the past, where it just, it's a routine win as long as the car holds up. I agree with Amu, it's a bit uninteresting, but you can't take it away from Red Bull 1-2. They've done their business. Shout out to Norris for getting on the podium. I think that Russell as well did a great job, as did Tsunoda and Bottas. I think Vettel had a good race. My concern as we move towards Miami, and I don't know whether anyone's looking at it long term, my concern is I think Red Bull might have got a grip on this now, and it could turn into quite a boring championship. And my second observation is that with the new cars, something's not right. Like, Red Bull and Ferrari are just way better than everybody else, and that's not what this new car thing is meant to be about. So that's my observations. Negatively, I think Red Bull might just be moving into a position where they're going to dominate, which nobody wants, whether it's Red Bull, Mercedes or anyone. My second observation is that Ferrari and Red Bull are just too far ahead of everybody else, and I think that makes it, I start to ask the question, well, we've brought all this new technology in and all these cars, and the same thing is happening that's always happened. You've got 2 races, 2 cars with a racer in each. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video, because we all know only legends like videos, and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video, and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, as always.